Hey everybody. Just continuing on here with Volume 5 of the History of Middle-earth by Christopher Tolkien. And here today we're looking at The Lost Road and Other Writings by J.R.R. Tolkien. And I have to say, of all the histories of Middle-earth so far, Volume 5 is something I have not yet gotten the chance to look into a lot yet. It still, for me, contains the most mystery out of all of them, but I have gone over it enough and read enough to know, what the majority of it is about. So let's go ahead and take a look inside and see what we got here. And this one also has some more maps as well, closer, similarly maps of Beleriand, closer to what we know them as today, that we see as being common. So this book is basically language and legend before the Lord of the Rings, and it also has some other tales in it as well. Let's take a look. Okay, so you have part 1, the fall of Numenor and the Lost Road. Then you have the early history of the legend, which Tolkien writes a letter and whatnot about C.S. Lewis and everything about the time travel and space travel, and that was later abandoned, and hence the name the Lost Road. But you have the fall of Numenor, which in Unfinished Tales is told, and also in the Silmarillion is told in brief. And then it's called the Alcalabeth in Unfinished Tales, I believe. And Unfinished Tales gives you a summary of Aldarion, the mariner's wife, and that's a very interesting story. But it doesn't concern it with the fall, but it's a pretty big story about life in Numenor. But Numenor, if you don't know, was the land of gift that was given to men for aiding the elves in the war against Morgoth in the First Age. And it lasted a pretty long while, but until men became corrupt, and eventually it was sunken under the sea because of the follies of men that tried to wage war against the gods in the far west. And so you have also here the Lost Road, the Numenorian chapters, the unwritten chapters. That contains a lot of good stuff that most people don't know about. So you need to go check that out if you get it. That's one of the first chapters I read. And I won't ruin anything for you. And then you have part 2, Valinor and Middle-earth before the Lord of the Rings, which is basically exactly what it says. All the events before the Lord of the Rings, such as when Frodo undertook the task of destroying the Great Ring and setting out on his quest. And right here, the Lammas. This is a very interesting chapter. It's the most detailed and the most extensive account of the Elvish language and their formations, and all that have been explained and written by Tolkien. That could be found in this book to help you better understand how this language evolved and how it got its roots. You have some genealogies in the appendix here, the list of names, and the second Silmarillion map. So let's go take a look at that one right now. What page is that? 407. It's near the back. Sorry, I'm doing this with one hand, so bear with me. Okay, so you see what I was talking about? This is a little bit more how we view Beleriand. A little bit more easy to read. Doriath, Forest of Regen, Forest of Neldoreth, Scalduin. You got the Blue Mountains over here. Then you've got Osirian, Land of Seven Rivers. It's Beleriand. The Bay of Balar. So, but yeah, that's that's pretty much the Lost Road. You know, Amazon again is your best bet if you want to get this. Can you see that there? Gilfanon, he's a very interesting character to read about. So yeah, this is the Lost Road and Other Writings by J.R.R. Tolkien. Can't wait to get into that this summer.